These Amazon gadgets honestly feel illegal to own, and some of them don't even look real. Doing laundry while traveling usually means washing clothes by hand in some tiny sink, and somehow everything still comes out smelling weird, dripping wet, and barely clean. But this tiny portable washing machine literally folds into a small compact container, then suddenly turns into a real mini washer that spins, cleans, and washes your clothes almost completely automatically. It looks fake at first, like some weird gadget that shouldn't even work. But then you see clothes actually spinning inside like a miniature washing machine from the future. It's perfect for travel, dorm rooms, camping, or just washing small clothes without running a huge machine every time. Honestly, this thing feels ridiculously overpowered for its size. Most portable coffee tastes terrible, especially when you're outside, traveling, camping, or stuck somewhere with no cafe nearby. Usually you either drink instant coffee that tastes like disappointment, or spend way too much money buying coffee every single day. But this tiny portable espresso machine literally lets you make real espresso almost anywhere. Just add water, insert a coffee capsule or grounds, press a button, and seconds later it starts pouring actual espresso with real crema on top. It honestly looks ridiculous seeing cafe-style coffee come out of something this small. This feels less like a travel gadget, and more like carrying a miniature coffee shop in your backpack. Every time you eat at your desk, tiny crumbs somehow end up everywhere between your keyboard, around your mouse, all over the table. And cleaning it usually means wiping everything around with your hand like an animal. But this tiny desktop vacuum cleaner makes cleaning your desk way less annoying than it should be. Instead of wiping crumbs around with your hands or struggling to clean between things on your table, you just move this little gadget across the surface and it instantly sucks up crumbs, dust, hair, and tiny bits of dirt. It honestly looks like a miniature robot vacuum from the future, except it fits right in your hand and cleans surprisingly well for something this small. And the weirdly satisfying part is watching messy crumbs completely disappear in seconds, while your desk suddenly looks clean again. Bringing food from home sounds great, until lunchtime comes and your meal is cold, dry, and tastes like it came straight out of a refrigerator. Most people either eat it like that, or waste money buying overpriced food somewhere else. But this heated lunchbox literally reheats your food almost anywhere completely on its own. You can plug it in normally, or even use the built-in battery so it keeps heating without staying connected to an outlet. The craziest part is that you can actually set the exact time you want your food ready, and this thing automatically starts heating before lunchtime by itself. So while you're working, driving, or doing literally anything else, your food is already getting hot automatically in the background. It honestly feels less like a lunchbox and more like a portable smart microwave from the future. Measuring things the normal way is way more annoying than it should be. The tape bends, slides around, never stays straight, and somehow you still end up measuring the same thing 3 different times because you don't trust the result. But this smart digital tape measure makes the whole thing feel ridiculously futuristic. Instead of fighting with a giant metal tape, you just roll this tiny device across almost any surface, and it instantly calculates the exact distance on a digital screen. It can measure curves, corners, desks, walls, furniture, and weird shapes that normal tape measures make painful to deal with. Watching this tiny gadget calculate measurements in real time honestly feels like using some tool from the future instead of a normal measuring tape. Your clothes can look perfectly fine 1 minute, then completely ruin the moment you pull them out of a suitcase or closet covered in wrinkles. And using a normal iron usually takes forever, needs a giant board, and somehow still feels annoying every single time. But this portable clothes steamer makes the whole process look almost too easy. Just fill it with water, turn it on, and within seconds it starts blasting hot steam that smooths wrinkles directly on hanging clothes. Watching creased shirts suddenly become clean and flat in just a few passes is weirdly satisfying. It basically feels like carrying a miniature dry cleaner in your backpack. Opening a wine bottle always looks simple, until the cork gets stuck, breaks apart, or turns into an awkward wrestling match in front of everyone. And somehow the more expensive the bottle is, the more stressful it feels trying not to ruin it. But this electric wine opener removes the cork almost completely automatically. You just place it on top of the bottle, press one button, and seconds later the cork smoothly slides out like some futuristic kitchen gadget from a sci-fi movie. Watching it pull the cork out so effortlessly is way more satisfying than it should be. especially after struggling with normal corkscrews for years. After a long day, your head and neck can start feeling unbelievably tense, especially after staring at screens, working for hours, or barely sleeping. Most people either ignore it or try massaging their scalp with their fingers for 30 seconds before giving up. But this electric scalp massager basically feels like a bunch of tiny robotic fingers moving across your head automatically. It has rotating massage nodes that spin in different directions while you simply hold it against your scalp and let it work. And the weird part is how realistic it actually feels. Almost like someone is giving you a real head massage. You can even use it on your neck, shoulders, back, or other sore areas too. Watching this thing slowly move through your hair honestly looks ridiculously relaxing. Trying to store blankets, jackets, or winter clothes normally takes up an insane amount of space. Your closet gets completely packed, drawers stop closing properly, and somehow soft things take up half the room for no reason. But these vacuum storage bags shrink huge piles of clothes down to a tiny fraction of their original size. You just fill the bag, seal it, connect a vacuum, and suddenly all the air gets sucked out while the entire pile compresses flatter and flatter in seconds. Watching giant blankets collapse into thin, compact packs is weirdly satisfying, and honestly feels almost impossible the first time you see it happen. Most faucets only spray water in one awkward direction, so washing your hands, rinsing the sink, or cleaning larger things always ends with water splashing absolutely everywhere. But this faucet extender completely changes how your sink works. It rotates almost every direction imaginable with full 360-degree movement, and even bends at multiple angles so you can point the water exactly where you want it. It also switches between a soft stream mode and a much stronger spray mode instantly depending on what you're cleaning. And once you see the faucet moving around like some robotic arm from the future, normal sinks suddenly feel ridiculously outdated. Honestly, some of these gadgets feel way too futuristic to be real. If you made it this far, comment which one was your favorite, and which one you'd actually use every single day. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insane gadgets like these. And if you want to check any of them out yourself, all the links are waiting in the description below.